Hey, what's going on YouTube? So this video is going to be about this week's weekly event, the Undead Rising. So apologize for missing the last few weeks. I was actually on vacation, so I wasn't able to record, but I am back now, so we're going to cover this one. So this one's actually pretty exciting because there is going to be an opportunity to get a good amount of gems out of these raids. So starting out, we got your usual quest dungeons, win PvPs, and you get the currency, which is moons this time around. Daily threshold leaderboards reset every day. So there's your standards. So it looks like we have, and I've mentioned it in previous event videos, but it looks like we have two main guys that we can beat, and this time it gives you a small amount of gems. So, to be something to be on the lookout for this situation would be potentially keeping track of how many dungeons you're running and keeping track of how many gems you get back, and you may be able to get some sort of manipulation as far as the amount of gems you get back and how many you spend inside the shop. But we'll take a look at that. So something to keep in mind. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is down below here. It says that the two that you get gems from can only be found in the event dungeon. So basically what that means is you are glued to the event dungeon for this weekly event. Because overall, sure, you get the currency from everywhere, but why would you miss out on free gems for this time around? So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to here, hit dungeons, and you're just going to rep out as many. And this time around, it's actually really important that you do the lowest energy dungeon. The reason for that is if you're gonna do 25 or 50, um, you're going to run that once, but it's going to be the equivalent of moons of like running 10 dungeons, times 10, so 10 times the value of the moon currency that you get. But the problem is you're going to only defeat, potentially two of those guys and only get like one run's worth of gems. It's like it crashed. It's like you're running the dungeon once though, but you're spending 50 energy for it. So unless you just have infinite energy, it really doesn't matter. But to be the most efficient in this weekly event, you're going to want to run the 5 energy dungeon the whole time. And that way it maximizes your moons for the most part. And it also maximizes the amount of gems that you get out of this. So that is the biggest takeaway from this video, from this event. So hit that event dungeon hard and just um, you know pound out as many runs as you can, get as many gems as you can. And again, since there's two, that means you're probably gonna get around, like, I want to say like 3 to 6. Potentially, I actually don't know. Usually, I think they give like 2 or 3 each, so maybe it's more like 4 to 6. But that's actually within range where, whenever in the shop it gets up to 100 gems, you might be able to continuously like pay yourself back, or at least you'll get a good amount back to where you can afford to continuously, whenever this gets up to 100, continuously buy more. So pay attention to that. Other than that, you got your standard uh, item shop stuff that you can spend money on. For the most part, as far as from my perspective, I'm not seeing anything worth except for maybe Lorelei. Um, yeah, Vampiric isn't all that great, to be honest. But there's that. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the events. So guilds get, looks like, Blur Skin and Festive Runes. keeps on crashing on me. But yeah, overall, everything else seems to be just kind of the standard stuff. But the biggest takeaway is event dungeon. Just only do the event dungeon this time around. It'll be well worth it to you. You'll stack up the gems. You'll be able to purchase a ton of energy, and you'll be a good asset to your guild this time around. So that's about it. It's a pretty short one. So don't forget about your quests. It's okay to stray away from the event dungeon if your quest calls upon it for you to do like fire dungeons and stuff like that. Obviously, that's just as important too. But as soon as you're completed with your quest, make sure you go right back to the event dungeon. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.